Menu narration option is set to off.
In 2003, have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Washington football team. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a
Washington looks to make it 3 in a row for Philly after the Eagles won the previous 6 meetings. It's NFC East football, and it's next.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Well, this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football.
Down the numbers. There he goes. A touchdown. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Christian McCaffrey, a guy that can beat you in so many ways. He's a threat to go the distance literally every time he touches the football.
I think defensively, when you look at a player like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're worried for him. Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On play action, Fields rolling to his right. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he will find his man Samuel. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down and 5. Play action, Fields sliding out of the pocket. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. No run back here. Down to a knee. And this drive will start at the 25. So back onto the field. Here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we... All the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get it pitched that way.
Good night, baby.
Bringing him down there, Jonathan.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Play action. It's Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And now the punter Tress Way as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with them, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
Let's go!
7-7, our score after one. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 92 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Brandon, 5 yards on that right. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense. He finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
Pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays.
And that's going to be caught for Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25. Now comes the Washington offense as we're going to look at the playoff race in the NFC. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
5 yards up. Catch there brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
To throw is Fields. His throw incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him bumped down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Fields now to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do? To translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Hurts dancing to his left, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
So this has been a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. After the sack on first down, Hurts. This pass out right to the right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it out past the 45. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. They got his man complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Gibson here running out of the gun. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Field's going to hurry his guys to the line. On second down, here's Gibson again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll buy some time right. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. For him, what an accomplishment in this game, surpassing the 2,000-yard mark. And all the time we talk about these guys out wide like him that are so athletic and can do so many things. But take us a little deeper. How has he done it this year?
Well, you helped with this because when we sat down with him before the game and discussed his season, and you said to him, okay, I have a vision that you, similar to a pitcher, change up a lot of things, right? Different arm angles, different slots that a pitcher would do. You do that with your route running and all that. And I loved his response. He said, yeah, I do that. But one of his best friends is a world-ranked tennis player, and he talked about serves and how you change up, take pace off, do different things, and he incorporated that into his route running.
Well, he's got to have that wrong, doesn't he? They declined that.
There's no doubt about it. Sorry to step on you there, partner, but let's go ahead and run this one together, right? Incomplete pass. Yet they call pass interference, and somehow you're going to decline that?
I'm so confused. Second and 10. Fields again. On the move to his left. This will be caught at Samuel. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11.
Here we go.
A big play there on the catch and run. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
On first down, it's Fields. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 5, second and 4. Throwing again is Fields. Flush to his right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Justin Fields, a 5-yard touchdown run. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. They've already been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
Are you saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield and try and find a receiver, or you tuck it and go? And I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. I think in this case, he made the right decision.
And we know he's got the speed. He showed it there. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Flushed out right. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there and in the process picks up the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though,
Absolutely.
who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. Slings this deep from McLaurin, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now it's Fields. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Elliott on for the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. Heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he's been great. Look down at the stat monitor here a moment ago. He's already over 300 yards in the 3rd quarter.
And you get the sense there are plenty more yards to come. He's been sharp right from the beginning, finding the open targets.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive interception, this drive the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
105 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Let's go. That's good. For Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Being chased out left. Room to run past midfield. A big pickup there on the scramble.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Hurts to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10.
I got you, son. New Mike 52, Mike 52.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. Way out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I like the thought process. I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man, because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until those receivers too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he's going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Hurts throw there, taken in by Smith. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. Well, the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
That's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And he'll go on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
And by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here. Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. It's incomplete. Took a shot. Couldn't get in.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, they have to be measured revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles now down by 7. A little under a minute 50 remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. Touchdown. Devontae Smith. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Well, that's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't want to catch.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. We've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These 2 teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And he'll just take a seat in the drive when we get at the 25-yard line. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40.
Get there, get there.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get high.
Eluding the pressure right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he is going to be brought down. And now making matters more dire, this is going to be 4th down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Oh, and a nice tackle, a 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that. 123 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he's got room. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even into overtime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And he's got this down to the 35. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Working with a 2nd and 3. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. You know they're going to be looking his way in overtime. He's had a fantastic game, but unable to hook up there.
And how many times do we see this situation where they actually complete that pass and you wonder to yourself, how do you let him get open? How do you not know they're going to go to him? He's a big play guy. In this case, they defended him well and knocked it away.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Fields. Rolling to his right. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down.
Let's begin by trying to get into the mind of the head coach. He's telling us he wants to win the game right now. That's why they went for it and got it on 4th down.
Again, Fields. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, John Tart. And the Eagles are going to have it with a chance to win the game in overtime. We know there's already a spotlight on this rookie quarterback, an even bigger spotlight here in overtime of this game, a costly pick.
No doubt about that, but here's the key. Game's not over. He may very well get another shot at this thing, so now he's got to go to the sideline. Hope his defense picks him up and be ready to go back out there and maybe make a single throw, hopefully successfully the next time.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. 2nd and 11 now. Throwing is Hurts. And that's complete to Brown. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do.
And this is taken in. It's complete. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown. You never know what you're going to expect when you come to the stadium to call a game. Sometimes you get good ones, sometimes you get bad ones, sometimes you get great ones, and that's what we had here. What an exciting finish on that last big play.
And I think that as we look at it, we're talking about a great finish, which went along with a game that obviously was dramatic because we did get into overtime. What type of play calls do you have left? What have you not shown? Or have you made an adjustment to what you've worked on